Hello and welcome to the Bearded Hammer YouTube channel. My name is Ian and I am the Bearded Hammer. Now you are here to see which West Ham players are going to the World Cup. In total we have 6. Well, 5, maybe 6. We'll get into that as we get into the video, but before we get there, a like and a subscribe will go really far into helping me knowing that you have liked this video. If you don't mind, please click that subscribe button, it really helps out. But shall we get into who is going to the World Cup? We will start with, in reverse order of how much they're going to play, I think, Alphonse Areola. Our number 2 goalkeeper. He has played in some of the Premier League games this year, but he's been a mainstay in the Europa Conference League for West Ham. He is a goalkeeper. He plays for France, and he has 5 appearances. He's not France's first choice goalkeeper, so I don't think he will play much, but he may well do. In the group stage, obviously, France have 3 games to play, and if you want to watch them to see if he is playing, Tuesday the 22nd of November against Australia, Saturday the 26th versus Denmark, and Wednesday the 30th versus Tunisia. France have got a few injuries, so I'm sure Areola will be hoping some of those occur for goalkeepers, so he can play a few more minutes. At number 4, our 4th most played player, I think, at the World Cup will be Naif Agurd. Defender for Morocco. He has 25 international appearances and 1 goal. He will be a mainstay of their back line, but I don't think they're going to progress out of the group stage. They have a very tough group with Croatia and Belgium. Also finishing up with Canada. So again, if you want to watch Naif in action, Wednesday the 23rd at 10 o'clock, that's Greenwich Mean Time for those of you outside of the UK, versus Croatia. Sunday the 27th, 1 o'clock versus Belgium, and Thursday the 1st of December at 3 o'clock versus Canada. Again, all of those times are Greenwich Mean Time, because over here in the UK, that's what we go by. But Naif will be a mainstay of that Morocco backline, and hopefully will give him the much needed match fitness that he needs to return to West Ham and help us push on up the table the second half of the season. At number 3, Theo Cahill. He's been solid for us. I think he's an absolute astounding signing for what we got this summer. Obviously playing for Germany, 23 appearances, no goals. He will play, I think, in some respects. I don't think he may necessarily start every game, but I think he will end up getting some game time. So Wednesday the 23rd, 1 o'clock versus Japan. Sunday the 27th, 7 o'clock versus Spain. And Thursday the 1st, at 7 o'clock versus Croatia. I have just noticed some of my spelling is a little bit out there, but it's not to worry. It doesn't change when the games are. The defender will, I think, progress with his team Germany into the latter stages of this tournament, so he has more opportunity to play later on other than his first 3 opening games. At number 2, Lucas Paqueta, the centre attacking midfielder from Brazil, 35 appearances, 7 goals for Brazil. He will be certainly playing in some respect. He's just returning from injury for West Ham, so this again is one of those things where he may play a bit part. They have a very strong squad, Brazil. They are favoured to win the tournament, so he could go all the way and we could have a World Cup winner in the squad. But their first game, Thursday the 24th of November at 7 o'clock versus Serbia. Monday the 28th at 4 o'clock versus Switzerland. And Friday the 2nd of December at 7 o'clock versus Cameroon. My opinion, Brazil are going to walk in that group. They may have a little bit of a challenge, and they will be coming up against a former Hammer. Let me know if you can guess who that is. I'll give you a moment, because we're going to get into the former Hammers at the World Cup now, and that player that I said is sort of a West Ham player. So, as you can see, top right, Nikola Vlasic is in the Croatia squad. He is a West Ham player, but he's out on loan at the moment with an option to buy, and there has been a number of teams which are scouting around buying him for a very big loss. Other than that, the opening game will see former West Ham striker captaining Ecuador. Enner Valencia now plays for Fibonacci. He scored 10 goals in 68 games for West Ham between 2014 and 2017. He will come up against another former Hammer standing next to him in Cheku Kiyate, who's now at Nottingham Forest, was at Crystal Palace, but he will be in Senegal's squad. Again, one of those, probably a squad player for Senegal at this moment in time, but we all know he was phenomenal back in his day and still can pull out a performance. Switzerland are the team that I mentioned that are joining Paqueta in Group G, and Edemilson Fernandez just above me here. If you can see him poking his head out above my camera, he scored once in 48 appearances for the club between 2016 before joining German side Cologne. So I'm not really sure what he's doing at the minute. If he develops into the player we all thought he hoped he would be, but it didn't quite work out for him at West Ham. But we will get to see him playing at the World Cup. Group H is where we will find the other two West Ham players, or ex-West Ham players. Portugal midfielder João Mario, now at Benfica, spent the second half of the 17-18 season on loan at West Ham from Inter Milan. Scored twice in 14 appearances. I think we was all quite excited about him and thought that maybe he would stay on after that loan. Didn't materialise. And he will be coming up against former forward Andre Ayew, who will be captaining Ghana in this competition. So they're all the former West Ham players that are playing in this one, as well as the four others from the club. But we're forgetting someone. Or are we? Not really. Our captain, Mr. Declan Rice. Defensive midfielder, 34 appearances for England and 3 goals. We will be playing the second game of this World Cup on Monday the 21st of November, 1 o'clock against Iran. Followed by Friday the 25th at 1900 or 7 o'clock versus USA. And finally, Tuesday the 29th versus Wales. Now, no fault of Declan's, mostly the fault of Gareth Southgate. My opinion is England aren't getting out of this group stage. I think it's going to be a total shambles of a tournament. Let me know where you think Declan's going to lead this England team to. Whether it's good, bad or indifferent, in the comment section below. Until then, I've been Ian. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel and we'll see you very